Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTBase.com. Welcome to this week's Commitments of Traders review. Today we're going to have a look at the 18th COT report of 2013. And as usual, we're going to start off with the changes in commercials positions. Here we go. We've got coffee on top with a 44% change in commercials positions. Seems to be a really large one, but if you look at the chart itself, you can see that we have large changes in coffee quite often. What we can see over here is basically this sell signal is coming after a nice rally in prices last week. But don't forget, I told you before, the long-term picture in coffee is pretty bullish actually. The fact that commercials are net long suggests that we may see higher prices in the medium to long term. Over here back on this 5-year chart, the last time we had such a case, you can see it was basically the lowest prices on this 5-year chart. The next market, the 10-year note, let's have a look at that. We have a 30% change over there in commercials positions. Pretty dynamic decline in prices. So we're not surprised to get this really large change size. What's interesting to see is basically it's only small speculators who are taking the short side of the market. This in itself is actually a bullish signal. But let's have a look at the 5-year chart and see how extreme this market is. Well, you can see that basically we don't really have one. An extreme, let's say for commercials, would be if they were roughly at 300,000 contracts net long, or if they were close to 200,000 contracts net short. These would be close to all-time extremes. But we're basically roughly at the zero line, so we can't really talk about one. It's basically only the change size that may affect prices, if at all. Moving on to live cattle, we have a 21% change over there in commercials positions, a 19% change in large speculators positions. All this after, again, a big decline in prices, which is actually surprising because we were talking about live cattle a month ago that there was a nice buy signal. Large speculators were, I believe, close to all-time extreme levels. So you can see that this extreme did not affect prices. So warning, of course, anybody who is new to COT analysis, again, we're talking about an approach, a strategy that is not 100%. So we should not be that surprised. Of course, we can easily expect the extreme to widen and get even to more extreme levels before we really get to the point where prices will react. Moving on to large speculators COT Extreme. Here we go. Rough rice on top with an all-time extreme. We talked about rough rice last week, but it was mainly because of the large change size. Yes, you can see it over here. So we had a large change, and I was talking about it that whenever we had large changes in rough rice, you can see all of these cases, you could see prices react to it. And that's exactly what happened basically last week. So anybody who was following my review and took this trade could actually make a bit of a profit on it. But if we open the 5-year chart, we can maybe even expect prices to continue this 1 week of rally, and we can even see prices going way higher, because the fact of the matter, if you look at the chart over here, commercials are net long, and similarly to coffee, even in this market, you can see whenever that was the case, that coincided with a relative bottom in prices. So this two previous ones over here back in 2009 and 2010 are good examples for that. So this is the case right now. We may see prices go even higher from here. The next market, cocoa, we have a 271 report extreme over there in large speculators positions. So let's open a 5-year chart just to have a look at that. Yes, the extreme is definitely large. Let's see what happened to prices the last occasion when we had such an extreme. It was a relative top over here. We had actually prices started their decline back over here. Again, that was still an extreme, but that widened a bit more, so we even put more pressure on this decline. So what we're experiencing right now is prices have reacted already last week to this extreme, and we may see this continue in the upcoming days, weeks, or even month for that matter. Moving on to gold, our last market that we're going to have a look at this week. We have a 230 report extreme over there in large speculators positions. But as I've told you before, what's really interesting to see, and I might as well open a 10-year chart right away to show you that small speculators are very extreme above the market. They're basically at levels that we haven't seen for quite some time. They're in net short territories. On this 10-year chart, you can't even see them being net short. This in itself, I believe, can be considered a really bullish signal. It doesn't mean that we're going to see prices skyrocket from here right away. It may go a bit further down, I don't know, but if you look back in time, somewhere here in the end of 2008, we had something similar, a very similar case when small speculators were very pessimistic about the market, and that coincided with this bottom over here. Okay, that's all for this week. I'm not going to show you any more markets, but of course you can have a look at them at our COT charts page. Or if you would like to have a more in-depth COT analysis, then check out our subscription service where you can add other really useful functions to our table, look at new COT report types, data types, all sorts of very useful functions that we offer. So I appreciate your attention. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I hope to see you next week. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.